Hey, welcome to White Wolf. My name is Desiree. Today we're going to discuss why we sometimes dream in another language than we usually do. So let's start. So, first, why do we dream? Maybe it's good to start with that. We dream to, of course, relive something, to heal, or to process, or yeah, and sometimes not literal. Sometimes we dream the same thing that happened to us. Sometimes we dream a different version of it because we want to, or because that could have happened. And then we're speaking of timelines, and that's not the topic today. We also dream because of previous lives. That means that we, for example, dream that we live in another country or are surrounded with people we don't know, or you look different, or you are with people you know but they look different. That's previous life dreams. And why do we have those? Well, to sort of awaken spiritually and to understand that there are previous lives. If you believe in that, I do. And that's good for everything. You can trust yourself, you understand why you have some specific preferences or fears. For example, if you always had a fear of water and then you dream that you drown and you dream of a different country also, then you understand, and then you sort of awaken. And then we also dream maybe because something will happen in the future and we have to know about that. Sometimes they come true, sometimes not. And also because maybe our guides or our ancestors or angels want to say something to us. That can also be the case. But why different languages? That's interesting. Of course, if you speak more than one language, it is more logical that we dream of the different language. Maybe the words of that language hit different than the language you usually speak. But it gets interesting if you dream of a language you don't understand, or you just understand in the dream but thereafter no, or that someone speaks to you but you cannot understand that. Why do we do that? Well, of course, could be also a sign of a previous life. It could be that there's a deceased person, maybe one you don't know, that's talking to you in your dream, but is around you also in your daily life, and it's usually fine. Could also be not so fine, and that's when we're talking about possession. That sounds awful, of course. Could be possession of a mean ghost, maybe a ghost that's sent to you, but it could also mean possession of a deceased person who is just confused, and then it's not really possession, but you just feel that person, sometimes talk like that person. It's a different kind of possession, if you ask me. Then you can also be possessed of negative energy you picked up somewhere, maybe because you're high sensitive. But usually, if you ask me, dreaming in a different language isn't because of possession. So, me personally, have never dreamt, or that I remember, in a different language, which is weird because I speak 3 or 4 languages and understand some of this and that, but never. So I'm very grounded where I live, apparently. There could be a beautiful sign if you dream in a different language. Maybe if someone is talking to you in a certain language and you meet a person later that's talking in that language, maybe that person is very useful to you or helpful or a warning. So there are signs. But if you ask me, usually you dream in a different language to just sort of awaken. So that was it. I am very curious if you ever dreamt in a different language. I can't wait to read it. Okay, that was it. Don't forget to subscribe, and until next time.